Habanero, yeah, Okay, now I'm starting to feel the afterburn. Now I'm starting to look at the thing, the milk and the water. Some of these already had like, sauce on the afterburn.
Yeah, man, I can't complain. Yeah, yeah, cause the music's straight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a secret location. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, there ain't no takers. Yeah.
Hello, Dumelang. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Even me, guys, I've got a YouTube channel. We're still working on the name, but my name is Zandile Rammekwa, and I would like to welcome you to my first episode. I hope it's not the last. Today, my first guest is someone I've known for 10 years. Someone we share a surname with, someone we share a business with. And yeah, for the first challenge, we're gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna challenge you to take a wing and dip it into the sauce.
Okay.
And then introduce yourself.
Okay.
Because you've been on so many shows, you've been on so many stages. What's your perfect introduction? How would you introduce yourself?
I'm hot. I don't know. I guess it's always hard to introduce yourself, especially like you say when there have been a lot of introductions. I think right now I'm more interested in, introducing myself to myself, the unknown parts of myself that I'm trying to grow into, right? And yeah, I guess maybe I can reintroduce the Zeus that most of the audience hasn't seen for years, the guy who doesn't live in the limelight anymore, the guy who's passionate about much more than just hip hop. In fact, the way he sees hip hop is that it includes other things that he's passionate about. Oh my God, third person, horrible.
You didn't even say your name. You didn't even say your name.
I did mention Zeus somewhere in there, but yeah, the government is Rammekwa Bansi, as you know. And yeah, it's really exciting, I think, to grow and to learn about yourself, and learn about, new facets of yourself. Food and beverage. I'm so excited to be on a podcast that speaks to, those amazing things that I've loved since childhood. But I think most people might not understand just how much I love them, even as an entrepreneur. Because, for instance, with Jam for Brunch, what really attracted me to it more than anything else was, yes, the live music and all, but the food. I love food. I was a foodie before it was a pretentious term. Still am after. And I like that you're bringing the fun back into foodie.
Yeah. So you survived the first wing.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Have I?
So we have 12 wings to get through today. The aim of the game is to see who will stand at the end of the 12 wings.
And we eat them like black people, right? We finish all of...
It's up to you. If you want to do it for TV and be cute or...
No.
Do you want to be real?
Social media will judge you.
I got to look out for my makeup, so I might not eat all of them to the bone because my makeup artist will kill me if I mess up my lipstick.
Looks gorgeous.
Thank you. So what's the one food item that you would eat over and over forever? Say you were stuck in a time loop, and you only had one food that you could eat morning, noon, and night.
That's hard. Because I think it would have to be something that kind of brings together everything I like, right? My favorite meal, no doubt, is brunch. So I think that would probably be my go-to zone in terms of picking that one thing. One thing that would have a bit of everything to me would be,
One
I
thing.
think it might be French toast, because at least I'd have like a bit of bread. Everybody loves bread, right? A bit of protein in the egg. And then I like sweet and savory. So I'd have the option to at least be able to, put syrup or honey on it.
There's no syrup. There's no honey. It's
What?
one food.
No, wait.
That's two food
this
items
is a trick
now.
question. No. That's not a food item. That is like a
That is a
condiment,
food
right? Like, nah. Hold up. Okay.
One thing.
Okay, I want French toast with half covered with sugar, and then the other half with like the other half is like a little omelet. Yes. There we go. Sweet and savory.
So we're moving on to our second wing.
Cling, cling.
So far, so good. I mean,
You're gonna have to
I
really
didn't
dip
know
it,
what to
though.
expect
I
from
feel
these
like-
wings.
I feel like you weren't dipping the first one though.
I didn't know what to expect from
And
these
this is
wings.
your sauce, right? So I can't be like handling your sauce better. Habanero ya ba.
My least favorite thing is making this hot sauce because I have to taste it every single week.
Oh yeah.
So we will be chewing and talking. No table manners.
Forgive us. Okay, now I'm starting to feel the afterburn. Now I'm starting to look at the milk and the water. Some of these already had like, sauce on the afterburn.
Do you remember the first time you heard a song of yours on radio? What's the first song that you heard on radio?
It was a feature. It was the Mbodlela time. Mbodlela was signed to Forensic Records. And yeah, I was also making my way signed to Forensic, but he had the first release. So we did Get Up and Dance, which I think was the very first song I remember hearing. I had a small little, it wasn't even a 16, I think it was a 12 bar at the end. And yeah, when I was jamming on Yarana FM, I'd hear it. This is hard, like talking while you're feeling the afterburn. Ugh. Yeah.
What is a 16? I mean, for some of us
question.
who
That
are
is a
hip
good-
hop fans but don't really know what a 16 is, what is a 16?
That's a good question, right? Okay, so bars are essentially a time signature, right? I'm not talking just like the lyrical meaning of bars. It's a 4 count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, bar. So all those added together, 16 bars, right? Like, I think if you do the math, it might be like, 58 seconds or something like that in terms of the time that a 16-bar verse gives you. Yeah.
Why is that the signature and for rap battles and for rap careers?
That's a good question. I've never actually gone back to find out why 16 bars became the standard. That is a very good question, especially during a hip hop 50 year, right? I think over time, the radio really started dictating the length of songs. I always talk about if you listen to, Stevie Wonder and like songs from those eras, like especially like 70s and stuff, songs in the key of life, you find that guys could make like 8-minute songs. They used to be so indulgent. And I don't think at the time radio was as commercial in terms of like being pressed for time, trying to play as many ads as possible, sell as much media time as possible. And maybe even DJs, I felt like, from what I see when I look at the DJs of that era, as in radio hosts, they put the music at the forefront. So I don't think they talked as much. Of course, talk radio goes back, But yeah, I feel like the music used to be indulged. But by the time hip hop starts coming around, especially on a mainstream, from 80s going into 90s, already you're talking about Video Killed the Radio Star. Already there's I feel like a fight for attention, which is all time based, that 16 bars ended up being the convenient thing. It's funny because I remember even way back, as I'll say way back, as the late 2010s, like when we were doing African Time, for instance, 2011, 12, well, yeah, the production of African Time released 2012 more. Already there was a sense that even 16s were too long at certain points, that when we're trying to make a song for radio, we should be focusing on 12s, sometimes even 8-bar verses. So, yeah.
Speaking about the 2010s and African Time, I know a lot of people think that was your last album. And a lot of the questions that you get is, where is the new music?
Yeah.
Where is the new music?
I mean, the first thing is there should have been a whole lot more music out. I mean, yes, I did take time off from like 2013. I was actively looking for so much more outside of just the music space, Jam for Brunch, which I thank you so much for. Was timely. It came right after finishing the promotion cycle of that. For those who don't know, Basadi Dibela came with the idea, founded it, and I reached out to Zandi for her to be able to build a marketing value around it. And yeah, I essentially was at the time looking for, things that I could also essentially invest equity into, be it capital, be it sweat equity, and that worked out beautifully. It was wonderful that we were supporting each other from early on. And even that, even just building a relationship and living outside of the industry space, I feel like was so much that helped me grow, and then the film and TV came, the post-grad. Like, I literally was doing a workshop for video production after doing the Maiti Song festival. And Solofelo Nchingane from AFTA came, he loved it, and he got me into a program to do post-grad in film and TV, which was just meant to be, because I always loved film and TV growing up. And obviously I loved music video to a point where, we took the standards seriously and it did well. Helped me a lot in my career, So all these other things, led off to different tangents. But by 2017, I was ready to come back to full-on music recording. I mean, releasing, because I'd been recording throughout that period. I did a deal with Sony Music Africa, coming from the Mandela Washington Fellowship. And by 2017 beginning is when we were negotiating. We finished doing buyback. Actually, we finished the deal by middle of that year. By end of the year, we were done with the buyback. So we're expecting that by 2018, we're releasing music, and it was a 3-album deal, so an album a year. But we ended up having 2 singles released, So obviously that's essentially about 3-4 years worth of music that the audience should have gotten, and that I'd intended on giving the audience with a certain kind of strategic support, with a machine that is able to grow, the artistic product, because I think at that time in my career, and even still now, as much as I love expression, I love art, and I love to share, and have done even with mixtapes post-Sony, with a mixtape post-Sony, there is a sustainability question. There must be commercial viability. There must be a plan to support the music, right? So, yeah, when that didn't happen, the way I'd wanted it to, I had to go back to being independent. And that means rebuilding the plan, rebuilding the structure, rebuilding the team. A lot of my old aces, guys like Rocks, have gone on to other things. So my first major step was rebuilding Zeus.com, because that's a space that we long had. We put out Honey I'm Home, the mixtape, using, but I never really did much with the site after. So my first thought was, okay, for what I lack now in distribution, in brick and mortar, I'm going to focus on the online space, and not just streaming platforms, because I still truly believe that ownership is key, even in the digital space. Value and dictating value is key. Streaming platforms at this point are assigning value. It really is a buyer's market more than a seller's market. Back in the day, you used to be able to get at least $100 for an album. Nowadays is what? 0.00005 cents per stream, right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna punish you though, because you've taken 10 minutes to answer a very simple question. Where is the new music?
But that's the thing. The reality is, it's not that simple a question. I think when you get to appreciate the fact that it's music business, the music is subject to the business. So that's why I had to explain the business. But yeah, long story short, left Sony beginning of 2021. Dropped Draking via Zeus.com, middle of the same year, on my birthday, actually, July 22nd. And yeah, currently I've had a double project, War and Peace, ready for release. TuneCore long put it on for ice because of metadata issues. I've been trying to get them to sort that out. I won't lie, I've been distracted with other things too, including the climate change docuseries and all. But push comes to shove, I think we just put it on Zeus.com, man. We'll put it on the streaming platforms after. Right now, there is Bona Bloma, which is a single from War, the one aside of the War and Peace double album. That's available on Zeus.com. And that's a drill sound, so check that out. So I click drill.
If you could put together an all-star team of 5 musicians and We Are the World type of song, who would you put on that?
I've never thought about that, but that's really incredible. That's a really great question. Okay.
Ooh.
Right? The easiest way to answer this is to pick some of my favorite artists and in an eclectic kind of way, across genres, across geographies. Stevie Wonder is definitely in there. Because for me, Stevie Wonder is the GOAT. Like,
interesting.
When it comes to R&B, right? Like, for me, he is the original Asha and, and has transcended so many generations. And everything, like from as a writer to as an instrumentalist, vocalist, you can do a lot with Stevie Wonder.
Feeling the heat.
Feel it, right? The afterburn. Habanero, yeah, Baba.
Plug! It's, yeah. It's introducing, it's knocking.
Yeah. That's the brand. That's a beautiful brand product.
That's very brave to have Stevie Wonder. I mean, Dr. Dre himself recently said he had an ask from Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder back in the day to do a production for them. And he was just like, no, like, what do I do for you? You are like a mega star.
Stevie Wonder.
I can't mess around with Stevie Wonder.
What
would you put Stevie Wonder on?
Jeez, I mean, first thing is, because he's on piano and he plays harmonica, you can let him compose a lot of the music, He can drive a lot of what you'd be doing, or what we'd be doing. And of course, the vocals, I mean, like from chorus to verse, So arrangement-wise, right now, Stevie has definitely got the piano line in check. And he's got the chorus, right? And then to add somebody else who I find amazing, I'm going to put in a lot of multi-talents so that we can have a band here. This will be a bit left field, but Vusi Matlasela. Vusi Matlasela is really incredible. Like, to me, he's got a one-of-a-kind voice, like tone-wise, pitch-wise, and everything. And, the way he sings in Setswana for me is just, it's I don't know how to put it. It's just magical. You know what I mean? Like, I remember first time I heard Silang Mabele, like when I was a kid, and him singing it, because I knew the song from tradition, but the way he sang it was just like something else, So yeah, he'd definitely be there. And I mean, he's got guitar, he's got vocals. So already now we've got 2 elements in the band. I'm thinking about a drummer now. And again, since I'm thinking about like a drummer that sings and stuff, I'm tempted to say Anderson .Paak.
Nice.
Because, everything, man. Like, I always say, to me, he's like an old school funk god, like 70s funk god, born in a totally different era, but he made it work. He literally moved, the palettes and taste of the time to deliver funk, But I'm also tempted to say Makwengwe, Bonalebra Makwengwe,
who's that?
A local drummer. Plays with the Kalahari Quintet. You must know these are incredible jazz artists, Babotswana. I had the pleasure of playing with him back in the day for Generations in Harmony, and that collective was quite special. Actually, from that collective, I could easily build a whole 5. I mean, a guy like Banjo Mosele would also be close in the mix for me, So what am I at? 3 now?
I lost count.
I think I'm at 3.
Are you in this top 5?
If I don't add Banjo quite yet, but
are you
Banjo
in the
special
top 5?
mention. Yes, of course I am, right? But I think I shouldn't be, so that I can add 2 other musicians.
You have Stevie Wonder, Vusi
Matlasela, Makwengwe on drums, right? And he can actually hit you with a backing vocal too. I should have an MC, right? Like, it's only right. I can't be the only MC. It's going to be an MC who can sing as well, right? So Andre 3000. Andre...
No, he had Anderson .Paak as well.
Yeah, true, you're right. He does MC. You're actually 100% right. And he's got great bars.
Great vocals,
think he's very underrated as an MC too. Yeah. The vocals, we won't even talk. Just incredible. But yeah, 3 stacks. But maybe I would trade 3 stacks for Jabba easily. Because, R.I.P. man. Because Jabba also had vocals. Jabba, super, super musical. I mean, I tell people, like, for me, in terms of hip-hop acts with a live band, the only people who I've heard sound better than Jabba and his band is The Roots, of course, you know what I mean? But, Jabba's really, really special. So my one last person, right? It's a whole bunch of dudes here, right? Wow, horrible.
Where's the representation?
I know, right? Okay. Nina Simone.
Ooh.
That means now we have 2 keys. I like Keys, clearly. I was about to say Alicia Keys as well. Would be up there. There's a bias right now for musicians who also play, so
this sorry if I don't. Now. This is not a top 5. This is a choir.
It's a whole super collective. Who else would I think about? Maybe let me add more ladies who I would definitely want in this.
Where's the BW representation? Oh, you said the drummer.
Oh yes, Makwengwe is there for sure. I would definitely include Mposibina. I think she's she's...
We're up to 10 people now.
No, this is bonus now, right?
You said,
like 6, we're
you said
6, 7.
You said... Alicia Keys, you
No,
said
Alicia Keys was just a special mention. No, some of them are special mentions. Don't take me to
top 5 ultimate all-star team.
Yeah. No, the shortlist final is Stevie Wonder, Vusi Matlasela, Makwengwe on drums. Who am I leaving now? Anderson
Two
Park.
people.
But Anderson Park we said was on
So your
standby,
top
right?
5 clearly has no females.
No. No. We're going back to Mposi Bina and Nina Simone. Yes, we'll wrap that up. Done.
I'm not even sure if that was 5 people. I think that was more than
No,
5.
that is 5. Okay, don't listen to the special mentions. Anderson Park, we're dropping you, bro. Sorry.
What's your top 5 Zeus ultimate that you feel like, these top 5 songs you could perform over and over and over again from
Of
your
my own songs.
Zeus songs?
Wow. Okay. Again, great question. Nobody's ever asked me this. You know me so well. I'll go
you're
back in
supposed to take a
time.
wing.
Oh yeah, I'll go back in time first. Okay, I'm gonna do some things right now and eat the one with the chili all over it. Have you even touched those?
My makeup. I said my makeup. I have to.
This is deaf.
Beauty and pain are not. Why does it taste like I'm tasting this for the very first time ever? And this is my hot sauce.
I was about to say you make this, so so if I go back,
I thought I was gonna win this one.
and I didn't even dip it because this was the extra chili one. If I go back, and try order them using time. Number 1 has to be Heavy Hitters, which most people won't know. Heavy Hitters is a song that was on Big Duke and DJ Mo's mixtape. Actually, the very first song I recorded as a solo artist. And yeah, it was such a raw joint, big drums on it, 5-year on production. It really gave me, I feel like it was the birth of my raw emceeing persona, because even I played it back and I was like, yeah, okay, I believe this guy, you know? After that,
Can I get some water?
yay! Yay! I think I get some kind of prize for this, no?
Yeah. No, kile go itoka. I was just like, no, I can't.
And what is your top 5?
Wait, you're not actually supposed to have water because it makes it worse.
Yes, so you should have gone for the milk, right? I'm shocked that I haven't actually gone for water yet, because you know your chili tolerance is much higher than mine typically.
No, it's the nerves. It's the nerves. It's the cameras. It's the makeup.
Cab Zeus and Samba, right? Mm-hmm. Most people will know Bomule Bagape and all.
Yeah.
We have an unreleased song, and I was so touched, Scott, that Scott talked about it when I did the Pudicast. A song called Kekhatete. And yeah, it was one of those where, like, 5-year had made this very Soto sounding beat. And I'm talking about, like, Jesus, 2007 or something like that, 2007, way back. Before the Soto hip hop revolution that's killing it right now. Yeah. Shout out Ntatestana and Co. You know? And I came in, I remember I had Papin Soswa that day as before recording. I think it affected everything. Because the hook was like on some Ke khatetse makabata la bale aketsa. Bari they finished me pizza. It was so wild because it was like trash talking, but in this very traditional kind of resilient, you know? Yeah. And the dudes came in and had these crazy flows to it, crazy verses. And yeah, it ended up being this very spiritual like song that was just so uplifting and, you know, against all odds, I'm gonna make it, you know? So yeah, it's crazy. A lot of our unreleased songs would be on a list like this. But yeah, let me give you songs that people should know. Chin Ching with Nomadic. Huge for me. Because I felt like we were just very honest about the Botswana we see, the Botswana we want to see, and obviously being able to draw on Ratsie's Tlhako for inspiration, to draw on, beyond just draw on, actually sample and put a whole section of a speech from the late Khomolemo Motsoaledi, aka Sir G, was special, because I think it was the connection of so many Botswana visionaries from different times and different eras, from folk art to politics, and by the way, as much as I say politics, Ghana Sir G was very much a music man in terms of the choir, little fun story that people might not know. When we were doing the Get Up and Go project way back in the day with the US Embassy, they called him in to give us a workshop, have a session around music and conveying messaging, meaning, social commentary,
I mean, he was a great orator, so naturally
Yes.
I can see him doing that.
Absolutely, so yeah, his legacy. I don't think a lot of people who don't know his, legacy outside of politics are aware of the fact that he's an icon at an iconic institution like KTM. So yeah, that song definitely for me was really special. Another song that I'd included, I'm at 4 now, I believe, right?
3.
Yeah, okay. Ma-Africa, definitely Ma-Africa. Because Ma-Africa for me was such a beautiful labor of love in terms of, writing. Like, I remember it was one of those sessions at Don's crib because he'd converted the garage into a studio. And, he had the beat running and it was just pure joy to my ears. I'll admit, I didn't know the original, the Louis Mhlanga, Honaka. I came to listen to it after. And yeah, it's just such a beautiful guitar melody that I didn't even know it was from Zimbabwe when I first recorded it. But I guess maybe that's why it spoke so much to my heart, that it was a neighborly thing. I could really connect to it, and then obviously just the energy of it, of the drums. I remember the last bit with the chants sounding like, like a bunch of Zulu dancers whiling and guys chanting in the back. It just gave me like a sense of the energy that I'd felt going to different African countries, being with different African communities, from my own home, down to when I started getting a chance to go to different parts of the continent, do things like Big Brother Africa, later on do things like the Mandela Washington Fellowship, So yeah, it was just, for me, it was just my moment of claiming my Pan-African spirit, you know what I mean? Or celebrating it, yeah.
And you clearly love Papa and Suswa. You made a reference
Yeah,
to that.
hell yeah.
And in the other song that you were talking about,
You're
that
right.
you had Papa and
Right? I'm always talking about food.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I'm on
clearly
the
you're
right
a
show.
food lover. Yep.
Okay, this time I'm going to really
Is my
dip it.
lipstick still fine?
Oh, you look fire. No pun intended.
So I'm going to shout or sing something and you have to complete it.
Okay.
Sim Sima.
Who got the keys to my Beamer? Duh.
That was too easy. But you're a 90s kid.
Of course, I was about to say, this is an age test.
When did Craig David meet the girl?
Huh? Monday. Was it Monday? I met this girl on Monday. Yeah, it was Monday.
What time was it when Usher was in his drop top?
7:00 on the dot.
True.
Let me give you one. What time was it when Nonchalant was on the corner? Oh.
Who was what?
Oh, there you go.
Who was what?
5:00 in the morning. Where you going to be?
No, that is way before my time.
3 years. I told you, 3 years.
My time.
Shout out.
Wing it on.
Bring it on. These wings are so fire. And I like the jerk style of cooking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, story for another day. One day.
What's
we
the
shall
first
meet.
time you had hot food? Do you remember?
What? This should actually be a trauma memory.
Yeah. I remember my first
Do
hot
you?
sauce
I
experience
can't. I'm trying to, that's a good question because now I'm like,
because it was traumatic.
yeah. I can't remember. It was probably Nando's.
Nando's.
Oh, man.
Mine was Nando's.
This is a free plug for the guys, Shem.
Ah,
But yeah,
anyways.
God bless her. My late aunt used to take us out there, like the original Nando's, African Mall. You know, actually, where like not even African Mall, kind of there's another one African Mall now, where it's a pharmacy now, like right in the corner there. And yeah, I think that was probably my first taste of hot food, but it wasn't traumatic for me. It was good and it was hot. So I don't know. I think I built positive associations.
Mine was, we were going back to boarding school. My mom was dropping me off and there was a Nando's like 5 minutes away.
Oh,
So I'm getting some food to go to the hostel to be like, Nando's. Flex on them.
Flex.
I got some Nando's. And then they're like, what flavor do you want? And I'm like, extra hot.
whoa.
And my mom was like, hold on, girl. Hold on. Slow down. I'm like, no, extra hot. I took one bite and I think I threw it away. Like my head was switching.
Woo. I'm starting to sweat. Like, yo, I think I need
So
water.
I think that's what inspired my hot sauce. I was like, I'll get you back, Nando's. I'll get you back.
Your hot sauce is good. It's really good. That's just because I lick my fingers right now. Whoa, Lord. Yep. I like that we haven't touched the milk though.
Yeah.
That means we're still at like level 5. If it's
No, we're
up
still
to 10.
good. It's not that hot.
Yeah, you say so.
Jeba.
My dude. Yeah.
You're supposed to finish the lyric.
Kale Sheba.
Jib. I can't you listen. Jib.
It's just I was thinking
Take a
so
wing
much
and
about
dip.
different Jebas
No.
now, right? Kale Sheba. Oh,
Jib.
that's why Sheba.
There was no confidence in that sentence.
Sorry, it's just I had to come back, like, yo, because I don't think you said it like as the melody of a song, but as a statement. He's
I know I'm not a great singer, but
no,
damn.
that's not what I mean. Oh wow. Ooh, I'm still like good from the last round though. Like, woo. Give me drinking water first. Like, ooh.
What do you call meat from a goat?
Goated.
God. Tip. I feel it in my finger.
Yeah. In your fingers, bro.
It's called chevron.
What? For real?
Yeah.
Oh, so beef, poultry,
Yeah.
chevron.
Yeah, or mutton. Some regions call it mutton.
Mutton makes sense, yes.
I forgot what my next question was.
It's the heat. It'll leave you dizzy.
I think it's the scorpion.
The what?
Scorpion pepper.
Wow. Okay. That's a wrap.
I think it is. Yep.
Yeah. The Tabasco scorpion.
No, that hit my. It was like, surprise, bitch. Woo.
You see how you even spilled the milk now? It's crisis mode.
We're not here to be pretty.
How many more questions you got?
We're done. That Scorpio and Pepper shut it down.
What was the inspiration for the collaboration with you and Wing It On?
I love wings. Who doesn't love wings? Black people and chicken.
Wow.
Black
That's
people and
racist.
chicken. No, it's not racist. Be scared.
I'm just being silly. You know that one Dave Chappelle joke where he says he was at a counter. You know when something racist, somebody says something so racist, you can't even react. You're just shocked. He's in the South and he goes to a restaurant counter and he's like, I'll have the white guy behind the counter. The chicken! It's like...
Yes, but damn.
But how'd you know? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Everybody knows black people and chickens are fond of each other. Like, wow. Wow.
It's fun to clip up.
Wow, can you imagine? But yo, killer collaboration. I think Habanero Ya Baba and Wing It On is a match made in heaven. Like,
The Scorpio.
yeah, this is why we avoid the scorpion and stick to Habanero Ya Baba. Congratulations on a great product that you guys have made happen.
Thank you for coming. I know you had no idea what was going to happen, but you indulged me anyway. The perks of having a superstar in the backyard. I hope I don't have meat in my
any
teeth.
day. No, anytime, any day. Thank you for a great and interesting, fun interview. I feel like it's great that the media landscape has changed so much. We're no longer just getting the same old interviews, even the list of questions, even being able to speak to other passions like food and beverage, like hot sauce, it's really special. So yeah, kudos to you, kudos to your crew, all the growth in the world for the next coming episodes and for the space you're developing.
I hope there are more episodes. We still have to give it a name, so there has to be a second episode so that we can name the show.
Winging it. You are winging it and doing it pretty good. So, hey.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming through.
Love.
What do we have to look forward to the end of 2023 and beginning of 2024?
Syndication of the Climate Change in Botswana docuseries, season 1.
That's a big word, syndication.
Yeah, because we've had our first run, so now moving into next runs. Can't quite say broadcaster yet, but yeah, public broadcaster for sure, public interest. And then War has to come out. Look, if it's not on streaming platforms before the Yamas, I'll literally just put it out on zeus.com, and plenty more music. There's already new music out. Hold up. For you to check out, you can check out G's Peasy, G-Spot has a compilation album that I'm featured on with incredible dudes from all over the region, including Lyrical Buster from Eswatini. There's also, hashtag African as I can't
It's
finish
YouTube.
it. But
it's
yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, so I can say it?
Yeah.
Oh, hashtag African as fuck. Yay.
It's YouTube.
That's O-Star's album. Incredible MC who I'm so excited to see make his debut. Long time coming, Golden
Can
Child.
y'all buy back my favorite song that you guys did under Sony?
That we left at Sony. Dreams to Africa. Oh, man.
Can y'all sample it or something?
Because
Because that was a beautiful song.
I know, right? Shout out Onks the Poet, who is also on that. What else? There's a joint collaboration with not O-Star, Viso View. That's about to drop as well. I think it's for the 27th of October. So
Which one are you in the animation? I looked at that picture and I was like, which one are you?
Listen. Some of these things it's just because we love our brothers, and it's
No,
just.
I looked at the picture and I was gonna
I did
ask
too,
you, but I was like,
I did too, because the one I think I'm closest to has the line, the fade with the line, and then an earring. But I was like, but I never had an earring. I had a line that didn't go that far back with the curve, but and it is
so
the
he's
other.
which one is Zeus on the cover art?
The other homeboy in the shadows. I was like, maybe I'm the homie in the shadows. I like being in the shadows, you know.
Questions that need answers.
Questions that need answers.
Yep. Thank you so much. Fantastic first episode. I hope it's the first of many. I hope we get a name. Tabs wants to call it Hot or Not. You want to call it Wing It On.
Winging it.
No, we're at Wing It On.
Winging it.
Wing it. Clearly, we've been winging it the whole day.
It works.
So episode 2 will be the name reveal. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I can't complain. Yeah, yeah, cause the music's straight. Yeah, yeah, get a secret location. Yeah, 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 man, there ain't no takers. Yeah, no more games. I need to.